Hello friends, I'm Louie Louie and today I'll talk about rock and roll's most important recording studios. What would rock be without recording studios? Those truly vital music temples that have recorded some of the most incredible music which we listen to on our CD players, turntables, or iPods. There are lots of recording studios around the world, but the legendary ones can be counted on your fingers. Legendary studios where great important albums were recorded, studios where great musicians spent a lot of hours, days, months, years looking for the perfect tone, the perfect voice, the great guitar riff. So the top 5 today presents the most important rock and roll recording studios. 5. Olympic Sound Studios, the Rolling Stones' favorite studio. Bands like Procol Harum, they recorded A Whiter Shade of Pale there. The Yardbirds, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and Dust Springfield also recorded at the Olympic. Located in London, the Olympic Sound was the first studio in the world to have a transistorized mixer, and because of that, the most important record companies like it very much. The Beatles, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Small Faces, Traffic, and Queen recorded some of the most important songs at the Olympic Sound Studios. 4. Columbia Studios, one of the oldest and greatest record companies in the world. Columbia hosted very important acts such as the Byrds, Johnny Cash, among others. It was at this studio located in New York that Bob Dylan performed his first professional recordings. I think this alone is enough to grant Columbia Studios a place in this top 5. By the way, it was there that Dylan recorded his masterpiece, Like a Rolling Stone. It was also there Simon Garfunkel recorded the classic album Like a Bridge Over Troubled Water also. 3. Motown Hitsville, USA. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from 1959 to 1973. That was the way Tunland's Motown studio operated in Detroit. The small house directed by the skillful Barry Gord was transformed into a colossal record company which discovered new talents such as Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, and the Jackson 5. Not so bad. 2. Abbey Road, located at Abbey Road number 3 in St. John's Wood, north of London. The studio was purchased by EMI Records in 1931. Up to the end of the 50s, the studio was used almost exclusively to record classical music, but after EMI Records signed Cliff Richards and the Shadows and of course the Beatles, the record company found out that Abbey Road could also be useful to record pop music. The Beatles recorded almost all of their songs in there, including, of course, the Abbey Road album released in 1969. Other great albums were recorded at Abbey Road Studios, such as Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, Band on the Run by Paul McCartney, Never Forever by the great Kate Bush, Notorious by Duran Duran, and The Bands by Radiohead. 1. Sun Studios, the place where rock and roll was born in the 50s. Businessman and producer Sam Phillips established Sun Records and signed artists like Ike Turner, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, Howlin' Wolf, and Junior Parker. All of them recorded some of the first ever rock and roll songs in that studio. It was there that Elvis Presley recorded for the first time. He paid to record 2 songs for his mother. At that time, Sam Phillips was looking for a white guy who sang rock and roll. He said, "If I could find a white boy who could sing like a black man, I would make $1 million." And he found this white guy, Elvis Presley. Of course, certainly he made more than $1 million with Elvis. It was also at Sun Studios where the $1 Million Quartet, the first rock and roll supergroup, was shaped. On December 4th, 1956, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash joined forces in a remarkable and unique studio session. So this is our top 5. I know I've left out a lot of important studios like the Rockfield Recording Studio, where Queen recorded Bohemian Rhapsody in 1975. The Rolling Stones Mobile Studio, the famous truck where a lot of the Stones, The Who, Led Zeppelin and Iron Maiden albums were recorded. The Trident Studios, where the Beatles recorded Ray Jude. The Gold Star Recording Studios, where the great Phil Spector created his magical wall of sounds. The Dodds Studio One in Jamaica, where reggae music was born. So a lot of studios, a lot of great and important studios indeed. And I would like to know what recording studio is rock and roll's most important one, in your opinion. It could be one of those I've talked about or a different one if you want, no problem. Be sure to make a comment. Please subscribe to our channel. Bye bye and see you soon.